want to know um, how I did the Good Friday video for our church. We basically had the cross. We did what they call walk of the cross, or the way of the cross, I think it was called. Um, and from about a kilometre from our church, we had a bunch of people carrying the cross down the road to the church, and then met most of the congregation at the church, and then they walked it into the auditorium. And for a while, I was racking my brain about how I could actually do this without a broadcast truck, or what all that gear to do that. And I found this really, it's a basic solution, but the best thing about it is it's free, and it worked pretty well actually. It obviously wasn't amazing, but a lot of people really enjoyed it. So, and then there might be better ways to do it, but this is the way that I figured out how to do it, and I thought I'd run you through exactly what we did here. So, you need a couple things. You need some phones. I used all iPhones to try and get at least some type of similarity between how the video looked. They weren't all the same model, and surprisingly, the latest model, which was my iPhone 13 Pro Max, actually had the worst quality video out of all of them. That's not to say that the phone has bad quality. It's more so that, I figured out exactly what, I think I figured out what was wrong with it, but we'll go into that later. So what you need some phones, or a phone, and also a computer, and that runs OBS. So if you don't know what OBS is, it's called Open Broadcasting Systems, I think, or software, one of the two. And it's free. It's free broadcasting software that a lot of people use to broadcast live streams from over the internet. So we use it for our church on service on Sundays to broadcast that. Now, you need to do what I did, you need a separate computer. So you need two computers running OBS. You need one that's going to broadcast over the internet, but you also need one to receive the video signals from the phone, and then you can mix it into your so I'm just going to cough. You can then mix it into your live stream. So that's what we did. So I had two computers. I had a laptop which was receiving the streams from the phones, and then outputting out of that laptop into our vision switcher, which then I could switch between our normal cameras inside the church and this laptop. So the laptop was used as a secondary switcher as such. Because I had three cameras, I had the ability to switch between those three cameras at any time. And you can do that in OBS. It's a bit clunky. It's not the best way of doing things, but it does work. So I know you're looking at a lovely picture of a mountain here at the moment. So let's bring up OBS and let's show you exactly what's going on here. So we have OBS here. Now, I like to run it in studio mode, which gives you a preview and a program. You kind of need to do this to see multiple cameras. It's a bit hard to do it in the standard mode here. You can do it, but I think the studio mode is a better option here. Now, also we have our browser. Let me just close exactly what I was doing before. And you need to know an address here. So this is the address, vdo.ninja. Now you want to go to that on your devices that you're streaming from, so from on your phones. So open Safari on your phone, or whatever browser you're using, and go to vdo.ninja, and this is what it looks like. So I'm going to bring it up on my computer because I don't have the phone here, and this sort of gives you a little bit of an explanation about what it can do. There are some more advanced features that I didn't use. I kept it very basic. I didn't actually have a lot of time to dive into it, but this guy, what a legend. He's made this website that will stream your video that your phone is taking, or whatever device you're taking, and stream it through a URL that you capture with OBS at the other end. So if I can actually give you a demonstration now. This is going to be my my laptop, my camera. I'm just going to make sure that it's not pointing at anything, my message office, too much. So what we'll do is, you'll have to do this on your phone as well. It'll ask you for permission, and we can do that. So it's going to say, hey, this is the FaceTime camera, and let's just turn off the audio there. And there it is. So there's me. And the good thing is actually flip the video, because it knows that it's my laptop, and so therefore it's normally reversed. So it's actually going the right way, which is pretty nice. But this is basically the interface you get. You get to choose your video source. So on your phone, you'll either have your rear camera or your front camera, and then you'll choose where you want to have your audio from. So so how I did things is, we had two cameras that were had no audio, and we had a third camera that did have an audio through a wireless lapel microphone. Because when the cross arrived at the church, our pastor said some words to the congregation before they made their way down, and so I put a lapel on him, plugged that into the phone using some adapters that we've got. Yeah, I'll put my face in the thing, and sorry, you can't see because of the microphone, but I'm able to get audio from a wireless lapel. I use it actually when we do all our sermon church announcements and stuff. I use my phone these days because the camera is that good in them. And so I got a little rig that I made up, which has a wireless microphone. So you can do that. Now it's got all these effects and stuff that you can add, green screen and all this kind of stuff. And you can even put in a password if you really want to do that. But we're only shooting for probably half an hour. I wasn't going to worry about all that stuff. So basically, when I add a camera to OBS, and you just go, once you're set up, ready to go, you hit start, and then you get your window here, and we've got this URL. So this is the URL that we want to bring into OBS, and I'm just going to create a new window here, and this will actually show you exactly that we've got a live broadcast going, and it's not working. Oh, it's gone black. Alright, maybe I shouldn't have done showing that. Oh, there we go. There it is. I just had Safari had deactivated it. It's actually flipped it around. Oh well, that's fine. It worked fine. So we'll close that, but we'll go back to OBS, and we will. What we'll do is. So we've got down here, you got your sources, and we're going to go to add, and it's actually just off the screen here a bit for you. We're going to add a browser in. Now you can call this browser what you want, so we're going to call it Mac, which is already in use, so we'll call it Mac 2, like this. And then it brings up this window here, and all you need to do is paste in the URL, put in your dimensions. So we broadcast out at 1280 by 720, so it is HD, just not full HD. That's okay. And don't worry about anything else. We just hit OK, and you'll see. And then we take this window, we make it full screen. And there it is. So that's the stream, and as you know, latency is actually pretty good. Now I am streaming over my existing network here at home, but generally it's pretty good. Now what I did was, I'm going to load up my phone. I'm going to go to Safari. I'm going to go to Video Ninja again. You can't see this, so it's just on my phone like that. I'm going to add a camera to OBS like we did. It'll ask for permission for the camera and the microphone. You say yes. It defaults to the front camera automatically, and it always turns the microphone on automatically as well. So you just need to turn that off. So, similar window to what we saw here on my computer. As such, I'll start broadcasting from that again. We'll put that into... Now the wonders of Macs is I can copy and paste from a phone into my Mac. So again, we'll just add another browser in here. Add browser. I'm going to call this phone, whatever you want, so you can tell them apart. And we're going to paste in that URL from my phone. Just confirming it's the right one. Yep. Obviously, you can just manually type in the address as well. Press OK. And it's there we go. You get the view right there, and viewing a computer of a computer as well. So that is how that works. Just put my phone on my laptop just there in a similar position. And now what I did was, what you can do is you can right click here and I can send a full screen program to any display I want. So because it was plugged into the vision switcher, I could choose where I wanted to send it. So let's just say I wanted to send it to my smaller display over here on my left. I hit that button. All right. So right now it is black. No, I don't want to do it like that. So that's just it's just a HD monitor. But so I'm going to lock these in too, because you want to lock the size. You don't want to bump that. So hit the little lock button, and now I can cut between choose what I want. So if we want to go here to the good thing is it's working. There it is. I'm hitting fade to black. There's my problem. I also increase this. Amateur. So it's a little bit like I said, OBS is not the best as a vision switcher. It just can be done. So you just need to activate and deactivate your whatever camera you want, and then you just hit the fade button to flip between the two. Now I've got a preview of that one, and then we're going to cut to that one, and then I turn this one back on, and so on and so forth. Now there is a way to, in OBS, to actually view like a multi-view. So you can't see this because it's not where my screen is recording, but in the view menu dock on Mac, you can view, there it is, you can view that as well. What is that, and where is that coming from? Oh, it's a different scene. That's right. So they've got different scenes here. All right, so I guess one way you could do is you could set up your sources here as a single source for a different scene, and then cut between them two using the multi-view. So that is one way to do it as well. That's not what I did though. I set it up as this way. It's a little bit more a longer way of doing things, but it works. You just got to remember you got to keep reactivating back and forth between the two cameras. And as you can see, the latency is actually pretty low. Again, I am streaming over my current network here, but I found it was pretty good. And what I also did was, and this is something I can't show you on my phone, but on here, you do the same thing on your phone. Is you go to your settings and you choose these settings here, and then you click on the little icon here, and this gives you different resolutions to stream at. So I actually had changed it to smooth and cool. It's basically streams at 640 by 360, but I found that over like 4G and 5G, it was a little bit nicer. And yes, it didn't look great on big screens and stuff like that, but people got what was going on. You can watch our Good Friday service and you can see you can do some advanced settings there as well. We'll close the settings. So I did find that helped. So I made sure I set all the cameras to the smaller resolution, but I found it still worked okay to do what I needed to do. So that's basically what I did. And then, like I said, I had that going into through this output here, full screen mode, going to the input of one of my mixer, and then that went out there. So that when we arrived in the church with the cross, I was then able to, using our vision switcher, switch over to their normal cameras, our main cameras in our church, and not have to use the phones anymore. So it was very seamless. There was no issues really. What I did was, like, how do you speak to our camera guys? So I came up with a nice solution for that. My phone was being used on a gimbal, so the two cameras that were walking with the cross. Let me just show you actually. So I'm just going to stop the broadcast here. I'm going to go to YouTube. Leave. And I'm going to go to library. That's not what I want. I want your videos. And a live stream. And we've got Good Friday. Sorry, that's Sunday. Good Friday. Okay, skipping forwards. Here we go. This will do. This is it. As you can see, so that was my camera. It's a little bit more pixelated. I'm not sure why. My theory is this. My phone is a 5G phone, and it was streaming over 5G. Now, you think that should be better, but I find that 5G can be a little bit interferency in terms of what's going on. So the actual 4G phone was actually streaming smoother. Now, I also didn't check to see whether that camera was actually had been set to smooth, whatever it is, that setting that I showed you before to lower the resolution. It may have been trying to stream in a higher resolution. I'm not 100% sure. But there was a difference. Not a huge difference, and was still usable, which was the main thing. So I was just flipping back and forth between these two cameras as they walked down. It took a while to get down to the to the church, and I had some music playing in the background, so I didn't want any audio coming from the phones at all, because it just would have been cars going past, and there was a few people that honked and waved and stuff like that. So it was Now, I was talking about how I communicated with my guys. This was the smart thing. Now, my phone, like I said, my phone was being used with the little bit broken up there. Yeah, it was not perfect. I can admit that. Definitely admit that. Um, yeah, so my phone was being used as I said. So what I did was I got the guys to have their own phones with a headset, microphone and earpiece, and then I did a group messenger audio call from my iPad with my own headphones with my AirPods, and yeah, they were able to. I was able to talk to them the whole time as a little group, almost like comms, throughout um, the whole walk. I was able to tell them where to go and move them around. Now, what we did here is, like I said, we had a third camera, and I had audio,
What should I do with Jesus who was
and this was from the set camera there that had the audio on there.
crucify him? Why? Pilate demanded. What crime has he committed? The mob roared even louder, crucify him. And Pilate saw that he wasn't getting anywhere and that
So that was that, and then everybody followed the cross down here. One thing you could do, which we thought of at the time, but I didn't have enough people to do that, is a drone shot. Should be able to bring a drone shot in there because you can stream again from your phone to the stuff that I didn't have time to figure that out. I didn't have enough people to work on that, but it possibly could have been done as well. As you can see, we've got the stream of people walking down following the cross as they carried it into the auditorium and brought it in. And it helps having phones on gimbals because you're just going to get a lot smoother. Lights come up. Now, we did this thing called the Tenebrae service, and it's all about the shadows of the cross. And we'd actually set this up, as you can see here, that all our text and everything, everything we had that day appeared. We had a light shining up on the cross, which cast a shadow on the wall, and all our text appeared in the shadow of the cross. And then we have readings. And there's candles, and we basically walk through the day, the Good Friday. We walk through Good Friday, and we tell the story of Good Friday, and intermixed with a couple, very somber songs that talk about all that. And as you can see here, we've got the shadows, the text and everything appearing in the shadow. So it was fantastic. And anyway, that's basically what was happening there. We had communication. I had the ability to shoot from these cameras remotely. And so for those of you that sort of wanted the idea of how this could be done, this is a way to do it. Now, I said it's free. It is free to stream it and everything like that, but obviously you still need the equipment to do it. But most people have phones. You can probably easily find a laptop or a computer to do it. And I think it worked out pretty well. So hopefully that helps you guys with whatever you need.